I was recently asked, which is better on a wooden front door, a mortise lock or a rim lock? And since you've asked, we'll answer. In order to answer that question, probably the sensible thing to do to start off with is to define what a mortise lock and a rim lock are. So, a mortise lock is any lock which fits into the centre of the door. So you have to fit it, you have to cut a hole into the middle of the door on the edge and fit it into a slot in the door. A rim lock, you don't have to do that with. A rim lock, you then have to fit it to the edge of the door, to the rim of the door. So which is better? Well, it's important to note that there are good mortise locks and bad mortise locks, and there are good rim locks and there are bad rim locks. When it comes to burglary protection, whichever you go for, you need to have a lock which conforms to British Standard BS 3621. And here I'm talking only about locks on houses, not on flats. And you can get mortise locks and rim locks which conform to that standard. So long as it's to that standard, BS 3621, the lock is a good one. And if it's not, then I'm not saying it's not a good lock, because there are some very, very good locks which don't conform to the standard. But there are also some low quality ones. And in that regard, it's a case of checking the price tag, really. The cheaper ones are the not so necessarily so good. So when should you use a mortise lock? When should you use a rim lock? If you have a wooden door which you're trying to upgrade so that it's got a lock to BS 3621, if you've already got a rim lock, typically a Yale type lock, then if that's working fine, then it would probably be sensible to fit a mortise lock. Mortise locks to BS 3621 tend to be cheaper, although they are a little bit more time consuming to fit and therefore more expensive to fit. If your rim lock is in any way faulty or old, worn out, and needs replacing anyway, then it would be sensible to replace it with a rim lock to BS 3621. So I think that's really where we're coming from on that question. You can't answer it with a definitive, it's one or the other. It's very much horses for courses. So to summarise, if you've got a lock already that's working fine, then replace it with, add an additional mortise lock to BS 3621. And if your rim lock needs replacing at the moment, then replace it with a rim lock to BS 3621. Hopefully that answers the question. If you found this video helpful, it would be really helpful to us if you could like or follow or subscribe to us on your favourite social media platform. Thank you.